everyone. I am at RuPaul's Dragcon LA 2019 with my first interview of the convention, and what better way to kick it off than with Allie X. How are you?
I'm good. I'm thrilled to be at my first ever Dragcon.
Yes, it is such a fun time, and I've noticed you are you're a big fan of the show.
Yeah.
You're kikiing with drag queens a lot. How did you first get drawn into this kind of gorgeous and politically activist like art form?
For me, my drag story starts when I think I was about 11 years old.
Okay.
I was in Massachusetts on a summer vacation, and we stopped in Provincetown for the night. And I saw my first ever drag queens, and they waved at me, and I was completely transfixed, and I was just like, hi. And my dad looked at me kind of like, oh my God, like you're 11 years old and you're talking to drag queens. And I was like, no, it's cool. And that was, I don't know, ever since then, I've always been so hypnotized. I was really obsessed with Cabaret, the musical, and the MC character,
Yes.
and all of this sort of fluidity of the cast in that show. And in high school, my friends were drag queens. I started going out to support them in bars and stuff. And yeah, I don't know. I've just always been really into it.
Yeah, it's definitely a very enthralling experience, and I think drag has become less restrictive in the sense that not anyone can call themselves a drag queen, but in a way, like me and you are here to participate in the art form of drag with the great makeup and the costuming, and just we're making statements every time we go out into the world. So how do you kind of carry that message through with your music? Because your music is very, very fascinating. Great messages, especially in Prime. I gotta say.
Thank you. How do I carry the message through in my music? It's actually not too conscious. I just kind of like, I don't know. I think it's more what I'm inspired by, but I never consciously try to think about like, how do I make my music drag or anything like that. I don't know. Not sure how to answer.
Well, you still make statements no matter what, and that's really important.
Statements, and I make sure that I'm a very vocal part of the community. I'm a huge ally. I never want to overstep my boundaries, so I would never call myself a drag artist, because I don't have a tenth of the talent that it takes to be a drag queen, But yeah, I'm so honored to have my little part in this community and to be a support.
Yeah, and it's great to have allies like you and me who are so enthralled with this art form that has really just become a huge mainstream phenomenon, as witnessed here, and you get to be a part of it even further. You're performing tomorrow or today?
Actually, Sunday.
Oh, Sunday. Okay, last day. Do you want to tease anything about your set, or?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have some surprise guests, which will be cool. Yeah. And I'm doing a panel tomorrow as well about the exchange between pop and drag, which should be interesting.
Yeah, and that's with, I think, Evie Oddly, who's one of my favorite queens, so that's so fun. Why do you think these two worlds have kind of collided? Like, was there ever a defining moment where you realized, like, wow, drag queens are now getting into music, we can work together, we are kind of in the same world now, or was that more random?
No, I mean, I've been thinking a lot about it because of the panel, and I mean, a lot of my opinions are actually kind of, I feel that pop has always borrowed from queer culture, and now queer culture is becoming very trendy, which is great because it moves everyone forward. But now all of a sudden it's become cool to have a drag queen in your music video or whatever, and I find that wonderful and very annoying at the same time, So I think it's about, if we're going to have queens be a part of our brand and we're going to have them make us look better, they need to be paid fairly. They can't just be decorative. They can't just be, a nice wallpaper. Like, they're so talented, and it's really important that we honor their contribution throughout the last century, and very much now that it has become so trendy.
That was beautifully said. Like, I can honestly say I have nothing to add. Thank you for sharing that message with all the viewers, because it is very important to recognize where so many art forms or types of music such as pop come from, and it so is inspired and influenced by the queer community. So thank you for elaborating on that.
Yes.
Well, thank you so much. I'm so glad we got to do this. I've been trying to interview you since December, I think. So
really?
I have, yeah. I don't know if I should say that on camera. I might sound like a fangirl, but I am a fangirl, so it's fine.
Well, it's
Full
very
disclosure. pleasure.
meet you, and I'm glad we got to meet.
Yes, me too. Lastly, do you want to just plug your social media? I know you're going on tour soon, so just so people can keep up with that.
Yeah, you can find me anywhere just under the handle Allie X, and that's ALLIEX.
Perfect. Thanks for keeping it simple, and have a great con. You'll love it. You'll have so much fun.
Thank you so much. It's a great way to kick it off.
Oh, yay. I agree. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.